So I've got the NHL rulebook here in front of me. I'm trying to find where it says that we're allowed to come back and win in the third period. I haven't found it yet, but they had just allowed it to happen, so I know it's in here. It's probably just one of those obscure edge case scenarios. I'm going to keep looking.
Yeah. Woohoo! This is something we are in so weak. Yeah, you can't get any better.
Hello, welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 65 had just concluded, and the Hawks win. Yes, they win. They beat the Los Angeles Kings by a score of 5-3, snapping their three-game losing streak and throwing it back to some much happier times. Blackhawks coming into this game after a very miserable performance against the San Jose Sharks, losing 7-2 in that one. On the flip side, you have the Kings, who have won 3 straight, including 2 straight over the Vegas Golden Knights. They're sitting in third place in the Pacific, but they're very much fighting for their playoff spot. The thing is with the Pacific is outside of the top spot where Vegas is, the Pacific Division is wide open. You have the Sharks, Kings, Ducks, and possibly the Flames. Kind of all 4 of those teams fighting for the 2 last spots in the division, and then possibly also a wild card position as well. So very up for grabs, very close in terms of the standings, and so they're looking to get every single point they can get, and the Kings, they really should have got 2 or at least 1 point in this game. Once again, the Hawks find a way to get that 1-0 lead in the first period. This time it comes with a little under 7 minutes left to go in the opening frame. DeBrincat with the puck behind the net. He circles out with it and is kind of left all alone. So he tries to go short side on Quick. Quick makes the save, but he sprawls to try and freeze the puck. Puck bounces around, gets out to Osterley at the point, and there's just a lot of traffic because of the scramble in front. So Quick's getting low like he always does and trying to see through all the screening legs and everything, but Osterley finds a spot and picks it upstairs, and the puck gets by Quick. 1-0 Hawks, but we've seen it a whole lot this year. I mean, fool us once, shame on you. Fool us 23 times, shame on us. The Hawks just aren't, they're not going to keep this lead. With about 57 seconds left to go in the first period, the Hawks actually look like they may have extended their lead. The puck gets thrown on net, and Quick kind of stumbles around, catches the puck, drops it, and then Kampf kind of knocks it in. It's very confusing, but the refs huddle up, and they determine it's a good goal. After replay, we see that Highmore kind of ran into Quick, causing him to stumble around and kind of fumble the save. So they rule it goalie interference and no goal, and quite honestly, the refs got it right. It was a pretty easy call. So, Hawks only up 1-0 at the end of 1. They've kept their lead through 1 period. They're improving. That improvement wouldn't last long, though, thanks to Keith having a ridiculously bad second period. Keith with the puck trying to go over to his fellow defense partner with a pass. Pearson gets his stick in the passing lane, steals it, and he's in all alone on a breakaway and rips a shot bar down past Forsberg. This game is now 1-1. And then 2 minutes after that, Kopitar with the puck, he throws it on net. A rebound is led up by Forsberg, and there's a bit of a scramble in front before Martinez is able to find a way to put his stick on the puck and whack it into the back of the net to give the Kings a 2-1 lead. Blackhawks fans, we know Martinez mostly for scoring that Game 7 overtime goal against us to knock us out of the 2014 Western Conference Finals. Yeah, it still sucks to see him score goals against us after all these years. And then with a little over 2 minutes left to play in the second period, another Duncan Keith turnover trying to get out of the zone. It's taken by Iafallo, who then unleashes a wrist shot glove side on Forsberg. Forsberg gets a lot of this puck, but not enough. It doesn't matter how soft the goal is. The Kings are up 3-1. And that's the way this game would go into the third period, and pretty much game over. Or at least it should have been with the way this season has gone for not only the Blackhawks, but also the Kings. But then the Kings come out and play a very undisciplined third period. They basically shoot themselves in the foot in this one. It all starts 8.5 minutes into the third period when Drew Doughty gets called for hooking on Gustafsson. Was it a ticky-tack call? Yeah, a little bit. And those things happen. Those calls get made sometimes, and sometimes you're not happy, but you just got to live with it. Well, Drew Doughty kind of gets super pissed and berates the ref and gets an additional 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. So the Blackhawks get a 4-minute power play. But Blackhawks fans, we know how this story goes. The Hawks haven't really been all that great at capitalizing on these types of chances. And we're already halfway through this power play, and it's looking like the same old story. But a minute 45 left to go in the power play, and Jonathan Toews throws the puck on net. Jonathan Quick lets off a juicy rebound right into the slot, and Anisimov is right there. He rips home a shot upstairs past Quick, and this is a one-goal game now. The funny thing is that the Kings actually kill off the initial penalty here. If it wasn't for the additional 2 minutes on the unsportsmanlike conduct, the Hawks probably don't get this goal to spark their comeback, and the Kings probably win this game. Doughty really has no one to blame but himself. And that's what I love so much about this. With about 5.5 minutes left to play in the game, the Blackhawks with the puck going into the zone. Schmaltz brings it back out to Dahlstrom, who is at the point all alone. He rips a slap shot that Quick saves, but Forbort then tries to clear the puck, but he ends up passing it straight to Hinostroza in the high slot. Hinostroza then shoots the puck on net. Quick gets a lot of it, but not enough of it, and the puck trickles into the back of the net, and a soft goal, but this game's tied. Hawks clearly with momentum now, and Duclair would actually find himself with a golden opportunity right in front of the net. He kind of toe drags the puck away from Quick, backing up, has a wide open net, and puts the puck right into the back of the net. Problem is, it was the wrong net. It was the one way up above the glass. He airmails it. This game stays tied. A little under 3 minutes left to play in the game, and Pearson gets called for hooking on Connor Murphy, so the Blackhawks back to the power play. And the thing the Hawks kind of switched up with these past two power plays is they kind of switched up the positioning of Toews and Kane, where they are on the ice. I don't know if that really made a difference, but with the small sample size, it seems like it did. Patrick Kane with the puck, he throws it across the ice to Toews, who with a great screen in front from Anisimov, throws the puck on net low, 5-hole, and it finds an opening and it gets by Quick. And the Hawks somehow, surprisingly, have the lead with 2 minutes left to play in the game. Now, if you've seen the Kings game against the Golden Knights earlier this week, you'll know that this game is far from over. The Kings are actually pretty decent, scoring goals with their goalie pulled. But the Hawks do an even better job preventing that from happening. And in addition, Patrick Kane gets an empty net goal. They win 5-3. We see Quick and Kopitar snap their sticks. Oh, that's so funny to see. I love seeing the Kings when they're angry. They're just funny when they're pissed. It really just brings me back to the rivalry these two teams had during the 2013, 2014, 2015 playoffs. That was fun hockey. So the Hawks win this game. It doesn't really mean a whole lot with how the season is going to play out, but it's been a while since we've seen a Hawks team with a third period deficit and been like, yeah, they're going to find a way to come back, tie this game, and eventually win it. It's just what was going to happen. This team used to be so insanely clutch, especially with Hossa in the lineup. That hasn't really been the case recently, especially this year. But with this young team winning a game against the Kings team that had a lot to play for and should have gotten to at least 1 point out of this game, for them to come back, score 4 goals in the third period, and win this game, that's incredibly awesome. Because you can say you'll come back as much as you want. You can say it until you turn blue, but until you actually do it, those words just kind of fall on deaf ears. Now that they've done it, now that they've kind of instilled that belief, that confidence in them, that they can actually do it, that could prove invaluable for them in the future. Up next for the Blackhawks, they finish up this 3-game West Coast California road trip with a game against the Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, not really a big fan of that team either, so if the Hawks could win, that would be fantastic. Deal? Great. Thanks for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the results in this game as well. Let me know your thoughts on the game and the team's performance down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you again real soon.